Some of the batsmen in very good form. Raja scored a century, first time out. Sohail, the left-handed opener, scored 114 against Zimbabwe. And Javed Miandad, their captain, 57 against the West Indies, 89 against Zimbabwe. He's in top form. Their normal captain, Imran Khan, unfortunately injured and out. England, well, they make one change. This is obviously going to be a seamer's wicket. So captain Graham Gooch has dropped Phil Tufnell, and in comes the medium-fast Gladstone Small. Alan Lamb had a slight reaction to a hamstring in training, so he's kept out of the side. And a quick word on Chris Lewis also, the main strike bowler for England. Apparently he's now carrying an injury. There is some doubt as to whether he'll bowl. Well, those are the two teams. We'll be back to the match after this break. Now, remember, Chris Lewis not able to open the attack for England. He's being rested. He will be used if necessary. So it's Derek Pringle to open. We pick it up in the third ball of his first over. No score.
Armour. Confident appeal.
My word, I think that was very close, and Peter McConnell had a good look there. And that ball just swung in very nicely to the left-handed Amar Sohail. Here we have it again. My word, that seemed back a long way, and I think the batsman might have been slightly fortunate there. But no doubt Peter McConnell thought he had the benefit of the doubt with it slipping down the leg side.
I think we'll see here this morning, Michael, some movement with this wicket, with the covers that have been on the wicket since Friday. The wicket would have sweated, so we could see some movement off the wicket this morning.
Yes, certainly. As Geoffrey Boycott pointed out in the pitch report, it is slightly damp there. I know Les Burdett was very happy with the wicket on Friday. He said it was nice and dry. But obviously, having had the covers on for a day and a half, it's sweated and just made the surface a little damp.
Armour waits for Pringle. No ball is called by umpire McConnell.
And again, we see some very late movement off the wicket here from Derek Pringle. It seemed right back in. And, no chance of an LBW appeal, but it's certainly encouraging to see some movement, Ken, for the England bowlers.
My word, Mike, it may have been a very good toss for Graham Gooch to have won this morning. Again, that ball darting from around off stump back to middle and leg. And Armour very, very watchful indeed this morning.
And there it is, Derek Pringle, line and length. And you see from the other end it darting back into him. And Derek's been very, very consistent for England so far, opening the bowling, Ken. Here he is again. And that's tickled just behind square leg to Sohail. It's his first run. And that's the end of the over. And the score 3 for no wicket. Yeah, and the crowd starting to come in this morning. Fortunately, the rain, the said, has eased off. It was a lovely blue sky this morning. It's just started to cloud over, and there's a lot of English supporters down here today. We've seen the Union Jacks there on this very, very lovely Adelaide Oval, Ken. The banks, the green banks around the ground, and my goodness, I think there's going to be a few in today.
Yes, and there you see the Bradman stand on the left of your screen. That's comparatively new, of course, here, Michael, but it has added to this glorious oval here. And the morning of a test match or a one-day game, it is a beautiful sight, the Adelaide Oval. And the crowd will build up as the day goes on, Michael, I'm sure of that, particularly if the rain stays away. And that's the Bradman stand, absolutely magnificent.
And we have De Freitas to open the bowling at the other end. And they take a very sharp single there. Graham Gooch, the fielder, and he'll be very glad that he's won the toss. He was hoping he was going to win the toss today. And, it's a goodish ball. That's a sort of run that the bowlers don't like giving away, Ken. It's a goodish length ball and the batsmen alert. And they've actually snuck through for the single. And Philip de Freitas, I mean, that's a big thing about the England team at the moment, I think, Ken, is that the bowlers have done a tremendous job, and none so more the other day when they played in Melbourne against the West Indies. And Philip de Freitas, used to bowling first change at the moment, has found himself with the new ball.
Yes, they've played particularly well, Michael, the England side, since coming to Australia. And of course, talking about Philip de Freitas, he in fact played district cricket here in South Australia with Port Adelaide, with some great success. And he's well known to the South Australian cricketing public, Philip de Freitas, known as Daffy Duck, for the locals here in Adelaide. A very useful cricketer. But Michael, this is a very good England side. They bat right down. They have, of course, the ability, if they so desire, to have variety in their attack with two genuine spinners.
Yes, they haven't played one today. I think, as we say, Graham was gambling on winning the toss, and he has done so. And I'm sure he'll be very happy. And now it's up to the bowlers to keep that nice line and length. So that's been the hallmark of the bowlers so far on this trip. They've been very disciplined, and they've bowled with a good pace. I don't think we'll see Chris Lewis bowl with too much pace today, but I think he's there just to, if you like, keep it in the right place.
Bit of bounce this morning too, we're seeing from de Freitas. Oh, that did move a great deal over the fast leg break, Michael.
Yes, it was. I mean, it's great to see. I mean, if Philip can get it in the right place. Here we go again. That's actually gone a long way, Ken, that one. That has gone a long way. I mean, you can see here from the other end just how much it's actually gone. And I think the Pakistanis are in for a bit of a tough morning if the boys can keep it in the right place.
I think the eyes of Ramiz lit up, I can tell you, Michael. That ball went sideways.
I don't think we had any spinners playing in the side, Ken. The fast leg break. And Philip de Freitas there, for those at home, walking back there. Formerly of Leicester, now of Lancashire. And has done a very, very good job, matured into a very fine bowler for England over the last couple of years. And,
one from the over, 4 for none.
Thank you, Charles. And Derek Pringle about to bowl his second over to the left-handed Sohail. And again, another delivery right on the spot there from Derek Pringle. And I'm sure Sohail probably a little bit lucky to be there, Ken.
Yes, that LBW, Michael, was very, very close indeed. But Pringle, a very useful cricketer, Mike. He's got a lovely high arm action, and that enables him to get the swing and the movement off the seam, and doesn't use much energy when he's bowling, and can bowl for long periods of time.
Again, another good delivery. It's been interesting to me, Ken, in the fact that they've used Derek Pringle as an opening bowler. I think I can understand why, in the fact that we have three sort of medium pacers, and the situation is that they need not to bowl them all at the same time, so they've tried to split it up. And Derek is a good swinger of the ball. Another ball there in the right place, but he does use the ball well, and with having a seamer or a quick bowler at both ends, it enables England to keep a bit of pace going for about the first 20 overs, and that's very important in this cricket.
Certainly is. Pringle works extremely hard. Again, right in line there, and no run again.
We have the Adelaide Oval, and you've got the circle there where the fielders have to be inside. You have to have everybody in there apart from two. And
of course, Michael, the first 15 overs very important. With only 2 men outside the circle, first 15 overs. If you can get 60 runs in those first 15 overs, you've done a pretty good job.
Yes, I think that's what most sides look to do, Ken. And there again, you've got the circle, and it goes all over. And there you have the grass. They've tried to cut the grass a different way here in all the ovals, in fact, just to. And that's the last ball of the over. That's the fourth for no wicket in the fourth over. Fourth for no wicket in the fourth over.
De Freitas bowling from the River Torrens end here in Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. And a good start by England, both De Freitas and Pringle, as we see De Freitas straying down leg side on that occasion. But again, Michael, there's still plenty of movement off that seam both ways, actually.
Yes, I think it's very important that England pick up a couple of wickets while the ball is moving around, because you've got some very dangerous players down the order in Miandad and Malik.
Again down leg side. And talking about Pakistan, Mike, disappointing their captain Imran Khan is not playing, because he would have bowled pretty well on this track.
Yes, I'm sure he would. There we go again. That seamed and bounced a little bit. Surprising to see a bit of bounce. I think that's probably because of the moisture, and it's just perhaps making slight indentations in the pitch, and it's making it go upwards slightly. Yes, I'm sure Imran would have liked to have had a bowl on this wicket first. But he's probably having his putting his feet up in the change rooms there. Probably a little bit unhappy that the boys are batting, but and there's Imran there in his t-shirt. He had a pretty the guy in the black t-shirt there. For those of you at home, we probably can't recognise him, but it's sad that he isn't playing, because he certainly makes a big difference to the Pakistan side.
Yeah, apart from we see De Freitas again getting plenty of movement, and the fact it's a wide. Called by umpire Buck North from the West Indies. Very colourful character with those hats on, Michael.
Yes, indeed. And there we go, and it seemed as much as anything, I think, there, Ken, and it's taken it well wide again, and here again, and there it goes. Seemed quite a long way. And Steve Buckner there with his arms up. A FIFA referee, I understand.
Yes, a very fit man. It's out, and Ramez is out. Well caught on that occasion. Playing away from the body, so England have made the breakthrough.
And here we go again. That bit of seam, a little bit of bounce, and Dermot Reeve takes a very good catch there at point. It's just bounced, and, well, in fact, as simple as catches, actually. And Dermot Reeve there. High five there with Dermot. There he was caught by Dermot Reeve there off the bowling of De Freitas, and the score is 5-1.
Wills Kings, Wills Navy Cut. Wills stand out for quality and taste. तंबाकू नोशी सेहत के लिए नुकसानदेह है। वजारत सेहत
bit, and there you can see a comfortable catch there for Dermot Reeve. A little bit of bounce, Simo, and there you can see a very simple catch there for Dermot Reeve, and that's the end of Ramiz Raja. Oh! My goodness me! Very reminiscent of Headingley, where Graham Gooch flipped it up off his boot. The ball, first delivery from Philip de Freitas, seams away. It's knocked up, I think, by Ian Botham at second slip, and Alex Stewart reacted tremendously quickly to pick it up off the rebound. And it's a first ball duck there, it's bounced out of Boss' hand, and that's a tremendous effort there by Stewie there, who catches it off actually Graham Hick. And there goes Chumley walking off with Huck, the batsman, who's just what they call a golden duck. And here we have it's 2 for 5.
दौरे हाजिर की जरूरत के ऐन मुताबिक यूनुस फैन.
What some people won't do for the most refreshing taste on earth. Always keep plenty of Coca-Cola on ice. You never know who will drop in.
पंखों की दुनिया का बेमिसाल पंखा रॉयल फैन दूसरे पंखों से बहुत बेहतर है, क्योंकि इसमें 99.9% खालिस कॉपर वायर इस्तेमाल हुआ है. मयार का निशान, खुद अपनी पहचान.
रॉयल की लहराए, हर सिर हवा बिखराए, बेआवाज चलता जाए, हर्ज भी कम आए, साल हर साल काम आए, रॉयल की लहराए.
भरपूर मेहनत के बाद वसीम अकरम का इंतखाब रफान ग्लूकोज डी. इसके उम्दा क्रिस्टल्स पानी में तेजी से हल होकर फौरी तवानाई पहुंचाते हैं.
फौरी तवानाई के लिए मैं हमेशा रफान ग्लूकोज डी ही पीता हूँ.
खरीदते वक्त रफान ग्लूकोज डी नाम लेकर तलब करें.
ज़ियाबितस के मरीज ग्लूकोज इस्तेमाल न करें. Rex, the king of shoe polishes. हर जूते के लिए मौजूद Rex shoe polish lanolin के साथ सुपर ग्लास लॉन्ग लाइफ. Rex, हर जूते की पसंद. तेज तरीन डिलीवरी DCS.
Freitas wide down leg side. In fact, a wide call by Bucknor, charging in for the hat trick.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that the ball actually swinging in down the leg side, as opposed to the last ball that actually seamed and swung away. And here we see probably Daffy trying too hard and going way down the leg side, and a very good take there by Alex Stewart.
Michael, I don't think I've ever seen the ball move off the seam so far here at Adelaide as it is this morning.
And that's just dropped short of Graham Hick again. Philip de Freitas getting in the right place, the right shape, and I think possibly Yavid Mirdad's very good. He doesn't actually push at the ball very hard. He just leaves his hands nice and relaxed. He just doesn't actually push it. Takes his bottom hand off, and that's probably why it didn't carry there to Graham Hick at slip. Whereas Mr. Huck was pushing at it and it just carried there to slip. That one didn't. Shows a little bit of experience there from Mirdad.
Freitas outside the off stump.
Let's end the over. 6 for 2.
Pringle. Oh, struck on the pad. They'll go for a single. And the ball moving about prodigiously this morning.
Yes, I must admit, Ken, I think Yavid Miandad is going to have to use all his experience. And there we see that delivery again, just a little bit high perhaps, and they scramble through for a single. Miandad is going to have to use all his experience. Scampering through for a single.
He's a very good player, Mike, Javid Miandad, at both Test and one-day level, averaging over 40, and he's the key now to this Pakistani innings.
Yes, and Derek Pringle, I'm sure, will make it very hard for him, sticking to that very good line and length. He's in pretty good form, Miandad, at the moment. Scored 89 in the last innings. Played extremely well.
Pringle not getting quite the same movement off the seam as De Freitas, but bowling a very good line and length. Oh, that's a useful delivery. Confident appeal. Is he up? England feels a little bit gone wild. But umpire Peter McConnell is unmoved.
Well, I'd like to see that one again. He got very, very close to it. An absolute magnificent delivery there from Derek Pringle. Bounced, left him. Well, I mean, the people behind the wicket were very, very confident, Ken, and I think he might well have got a faint one on that.
Alex Stewart very, very confident about that catch at the wicket, but umpire McConnell, as you see in replays, not interested.
Miandad very, very watchful about that delivery. Well, it's been full of incident here this morning, Ken, what with that one and the LBW appeal. I think England might feel they perhaps a little bit unlucky there.
Yes, I think that may have been a little nick, that one, judging by the reaction, as Graham Gooch, the captain of England, done a tremendous job for this team. There's a fair income minefield out there this morning, Michael.
Mate, I wouldn't like to be batting out there myself, I don't think, especially with the bowlers that are available at the moment, and especially in the confident form that they're in.
Oh, Michael, you'd hit them back over their head this morning, Michael, in good touch.
I'd like to think it might just probably go over slip as opposed to them.
Chalked strong man Pringle.
And that's the end of the 6th over, and the score is 7 for 2.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. Glorious sight here this morning. Mr. Freitas charging in.
Again, another good delivery from Philip De Freitas in the right place. Hits Sohail on the pad again, and it goes out into the covers. And he might just feel he's a little bit lucky to be there, Ken.
Yes, I've no doubt about that, Michael. Michael, at one stage, Philip De Freitas, I got the feeling that perhaps his Test career may have been over for England, but full marks to young De Freitas. He's fought his way back into the team.
Yes, I was talking to him this morning. He found a little bit difficult perhaps to come to terms with bowling first change, but he really has taken the mantle on well. And as I said, I think it's very, very important that England do have two quick bowlers bowling with the medium pacer, so the batsmen don't get on top. And here today he's been given the task with the new ball because Chris Lewis has a slight injury, and he's taken the mantle on extremely well.
Another good delivery right in line, and Sohail very tentative there. De Freitas. World Cup stats there, and as you can see, a very, very useful performer for England, both with the bat and the ball. Very good cricketer indeed, this young man.
He's like Lewis too. He's very quick up his own bowling, Ken, and he's a fine fielder as well. Here we see him in his follow through, very quick to get through, and stops them from running that single that all bowlers dislike. And there's Gladstone Small just quietly behind him there. Young Manos.
Yes, known as Manos, of course, to many South Australians, and there he is. Played with South Australia with great distinction, Gladstone Small, and known as Manos. The obvious reason you can see. De Freitas on this occasion just a little wide of off stump. Sahel quite happy to allow that ball to go through. Another good delivery by De Freitas. End of the over. England, in fact, Pakistan, 7 for 2.
And welcome back to the Adelaide Oval, where Derek Pringle is in. That's probably the first half volley of the morning, KG, which is quietly eased to mid-on there. Graham Gooch.
And Java would be cursing himself about that. Michael, a gentle half volley, he's played it to mid-on. And the actual wicket itself, Michael, here is most unusual for Adelaide. It is normally sort of a bony colour, but there are green patches on the actual wicket this morning. And I just imagine that's the reason why we're getting so much movement off the wicket.
And out again, very watchful, getting over there to the off stump to try and cover that movement on the wicket. Here we see him making a long way over there, well outside the off stump, just covering the ball. Very correct there for everybody. Very nice.
Yes, he's a very good player, me and Dad, as his record would suggest. Both well played on that occasion, knowing that perhaps where his off stump was, and in some movement, Pringle, and allowing the ball to go through to Stewart.
Yes, that's very important, Ken, when the ball is seaming around, to actually know where your off stump is and to make sure you got it covered. I'm sure Geoffrey Boycott might tell us all about that when he comes on to talk to you.
That one coming in from outside, about middle stump, back into leg stump. So Pringle getting movement both ways this morning.
Derek Pringle bowling that from wide of the crease there and trying to angle it in there. As you can see, very wide of the crease. And just trying to angle it in. Using the crease well, like most bowlers do. And that's another maiden over. And the score is 7 for 2 in the 7th over.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. Changing the commentary team now. Ashley Mallett, joined by former England great opening batsman, Fiery Boycott.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. It's a lovely day today, considering what we had yesterday in Adelaide, rain all day. Well, this is certainly a pitch that you'd like to be bowling on if you're a seam bowler. Whatever pace you bowl, just hold the ball, seam up, bowl the length, let the ball do its work. Just concentration and patience for Philip de Freitas and his colleagues. Bowl it on the length and wait for things to happen. Well, ball into a field of 3 in the covers, 2 slips.
Bang on line again, Philip de Freitas. De Freitas bowling extremely well. He's 4th over now. I think he's on 2 wickets. The 2 wickets to fall so far, Rameez and Huck in successive balls. And bang on line again. So on this wicket, Jeffrey, what would your tactics be? Obviously you've got to keep it tight, but play extremely tight, but getting runs is the name of the game in this line of cricket.
Well, quite frankly, I should like to be fielding all day. I wouldn't like a bat at all on this pitch. I wouldn't even like one after tea.
You always had a one-sided view of the game.
Well, I know when I want to bat and when I don't want to bat.
It's wide and well called by Buckmore. There he is, wearing 2 hats, and he wears 2 hats in the world of sport. Well down leg side, umpire Buckmore, a FIFA umpire, and also World Cup umpire. So the 2 hats are appropriate. There it is. An old stack hat. And 10 down leg side. And umpire Bucknor this time gives de Freitas the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I think he's lucky here, Philip de Freitas, to get away with it. Second ball, it pitched on and went down, but we have seen umpires in the World Cup be very severe about balls going down leg side. The ball pitched on, but with it moving so much off the seam, I think the best way for Pakistan to get runs are no balls and wides.
Very difficult conditions, the ball holding and seaming. And that's the end of the over. It's 8-2. Derek Pringle to continue from the scoreboard end. 4 overs done for 3. And in the last 6 overs, there haven't been a run off the bat, Jeffrey, so you may well be right. But, no balls and wides with the way they're going.
Well, although trying to be a little humorous, at the same time trying to be honest, I don't really feel where they're going to be easy balls for the batsman to hit. With the ball jagging about quite a lot. Super shot.
It's a magnificent shot there. Me and Dad will look for 3, and they'll get 3 comfortably. Pringle just over pitching, and me and Doe launching into a magnificent cover drive.
Yes, he's a class player, is Javed Mian. He's just looking for the ball to be slightly over pitched or given a bit of width if it's short. And on the whole, the England bowlers don't give too many balls which are offline, and particularly on pitches like this. They get quite a lot of surfaces in English county cricket where they used to bowl in line and length, seam up.
I just wonder in a situation like this, Jeffrey, whether it's perhaps one of the Pakistan batsmen can really go after the bowling. With the field still up in the first 15 overs, perhaps that might be the way to go, for one of the batsmen to really go after the England bowling. Perhaps me and Dad just playing his natural game.
Well, that sounds all very well in theory, but I now know why you were an off-spinner, actually, and not a batsman. Because Pakistan are already 2 wickets down. They can't afford to be charging down the pitch and trying to whack the English bowlers and lose another couple of wickets, else we'll all be going home at lunchtime, the match over.
Yeah, you also can't play for a draw in a one-day match. It's well placed. Single to Sohail. So 12 for the loss of 2 wickets. The men to go, Ramiz and Haq, falling in successive deliveries to Philip de Freitas. He has great figures of 2 for 4. So England very much on top. Well, that's a beautiful delivery. And well, he just wasn't good enough to get a touch, but he had to be mighty good to touch that one.
Well, this is the sort of ball that Ashley wants to get walloped for 4 through the covers, or 6 over long off. Well, I don't know how you're going to hit them. That's like a leg break going. Look at it. He could have another couple of them, Javed Mian, and he'll still not hit him if he has another couple of goes at that ball. Frustration creeping in there. Pakistan 12 for 2.
For 2 as de Freitas continues from the river end. Well fielded. De Freitas just cutting off all the power from that shot from Sohail. Didn't quite get hold of it, but there's a fair bit of power in that shot and well fielded.
Yes, I think he's looking a little bit to do what you suggested, Ashley, get a bit of bat on the ball, but you see here it's so difficult. Once it's in the batsman's mind that the ball is jagging around, moving off the seam, and it is difficult, it is so hard for a batsman to then start to think very positively and believe that he can whack the ball, that it's going to come straight onto the bat, that it's not going to snake around and get him out. And it is very difficult, and I've no illusions as a batsman how difficult it is to score runs, especially with one new ball at each end.
Well, he got a bit of bat on that, and that was magnificently fielded in the covers. Looked like Graham Hick out there.
Well, you won't see better cricket than this today. Good length ball, just a little touch of width by Philip de Freitas. Great off drive, wonderful stop, right-handed stop.
I reckon when they're up, they've got to go after them, and he did just that. Magnificent shot, and equally well fielded by Graham Hick. He's got that one away, and it falls short of the man down there at fine leg. Robin Smith down there. So it looks as though Amar Sohail is really going to go after the bowling.
It's just drifting down the leg side from pitching on. just helping it around and straight to the fielder. He's got to be careful there. Hit it a little bit harder, and he could hole out from what should be a good shot. You see that ball just pitching about 5 or 7 yards short of Robin Smith.
So De Freitas still operating from the river end, and he's bowled superbly. Straying down leg side. Umpire Bucknor certainly didn't call that one. Certainly close enough to play. So good decision from the umpire. De Freitas operating with 2 slips. No gully, backward point. Oh, that's a good delivery, and very well played by me and Dad. Had nothing to do with it.
Yes, he wouldn't want this ball in a test match, never mind a one-day international. He took the bat away, but I'm not too sure if he didn't take the bat away, sort of almost when he played and missed. You see, he really played at that ball. That was a beautiful delivery. Would have beaten most batsmen, and that young man, Javed Miandad, has been a great player.
Like a fast leg break, that one. And again, the end of a very good over, 1 from it. It's 13 for 2. It's 13 for 2. Pringle to continue from the scoreboard end. Oh, very steadily. Well fielded there by Fairbrother. It's coming in from forward of square. It's been good fielding by the Englishman and some very good tight bowling. Pakistan is under all sorts of pressure. Oh, that's a little bat onto the pad, but no real danger. No one in there at bat pad.
Yes, Derek Pringle bowling outswingers, in-swingers to the left-hander. Not trying to too many variations, just keeping a gentle rhythm, swinging the ball. He's got very clever feel. He's got a slip, but he's also got a gully for the left-hander.
Pretty well fielded there by Hickey. Kept it down to 1. Firm stroke to mid-off. Graham Hick diving across. Probably saved a couple of runs there. Conceding 1, but saving a couple. Graham Hick certainly in the action this morning. He dropped Park, second slip. The rebound was caught brilliantly by Stewart, keeper. It was a wide swinging delivery. The man with the moustache, Jeff Merrill, a winemaker, makes a very splendid Cabernet, which Jeff Boycott loved to savour. A bit like Merv Hughes. Pringle into his 6th over now. He's only conceded 8 runs. He really has bowled superbly in tandem with Philip De Freitas. And a great performance by the England opening bowlers. And that is out. Reward for Pringle, who has bowled Meandad, courtesy of an inside edge onto the stumps, and it's now 14 for 3.
Yes, this is pure frustration, really. No runs coming. The ball just a bit too close to Meandad to cut. It came back. As I said, it's been mainly outswingers that Derek Pringle's been bowling. This time he just angled the ball in and much too close to cut. But really, it's the difficulty of scoring runs that caused the dismissal. Pakistan 14 for 3.
Racing demands the best. Driving, skill, engineering, and especially tyres. And our cars...
Lipton Yellow Label.
Watch how close it is to the body. The ball just angling back, you see. It's basically about off the middle stump by the time he tries to play the cut shot, which is much too close. Oh, a great delight for England, but I can assure you it is difficult batting against the new ball at each end, remember. One new ball at each end.
Selection of shot making is crucial at any time, but especially on a wicket like this. And Jeffrey, I guess it's the ones to let go which are crucial.
Well, it is. You know, you let a few balls go like this when you first come in. Salim Malik judged that beautifully, looking to play it, lefty. You could say that's perfectly played. But then playing on the batsman's mind is this business, as you mentioned, Ashley. It's 50 overs, so you play sensibly for a while. You have 2 or 3 overs. You get used to the pace a little bit. Watch the ball zipping around, but then you start saying to yourself, where the heck am I going to hit it?
Down leg side and well called by umpire Bucknor. Well wide of leg stump. Pretty hot on the deliveries down leg side. That was well wide.
Yes, and I think that's right. Going down leg side particularly, it's very difficult to hit. I think as a batsman, one of the things you could do against the English bowlers is to, just before they get to delivery point, is to take a step down the pitch. The wicket-keepers bat, they're only medium pace, they're not going to bounce you.
Through the vacant 4th slip area for a single, so Malik is off the mark. He's on 1, Sohail on 6, 17, loss of 3 wickets.
Nicely steered this, no gully. Just popped through in the air, it doesn't matter, the no fielders there. Just run it off very cleverly. Yes, I was just saying you could try and ruffle the English medium pacers, ruffle their rhythm by just walking a step down the pitch.
Yeah, well, anything that's well pitched up, I think Sohail has decided to go after when it's well up. But not too many half volleys on show, bowling very well, just short of the driving length, getting the ball to move prodigiously at times, and really does make life very hard for the batsman. But you're probably right, Jeffrey, the batsmen really have to do something a bit different to try and break the shackles. It's a pretty good crowd here. Adelaide was deluged last night. Rain, it really was heavy rain. The curator, Les Burdett, has done a great job to get the ground up the mark. Friends from Bolton.
Yes, I think all those English supporters are going to have a good day today. I feel sad for the Pakistani supporters.
It's not exactly a heat wave, Jeffrey, but there must be some English supporters there. And they'll get 2 or 3 here. That's a good shot off his pads. In fact, it might even go. No, well fielded there. A very appreciative crowd.
Well, Neil Fairbrother chasing after this ball, one of the outstanding fielders. Probably one of the 4 best fielders in the England side. Watch this, that ball should have gone for 4, but he dives, gets his hand to it. So he scored a run before he actually gets into bat.
Would have done the New York Yankees proud with that slide into third base. Tremendous performance saved the ball going into the fence for 4. $20 for 3. Oh, a magnificent catch. A magnificent catch by Pringle. And slammed it back, and Pringle, throwing himself to his right, took a magnificent one-handed catch. You won't see better than that, Jeffrey.
No, you won't. Very difficult catch to take for a bowler following through. An absolutely top catch. Watch as he's following through, going off to his left. The ball is smacked back. He sticks the right hand out and he holds it. That's the main thing. He actually not just hits his hand, he holds it. Wonderful catch, Derek Pringle. One of the best. Well, the way things are going for England, I bet these two bowlers don't want to let the ball out of their hand, but I bet another man who's playing his first World Cup game for England, Gladstone Small there, feeling at fine leg, I bet he's queuing up to get a ball. I bet he's, there he is, he's limbering up, he's trying to make Graham Gooch notice him, say, come on captain, give us a ball, else I'll not get one here, they'll all be out.
Good tight field, 2 slips, a backward point, the cover, mid off. On the onside you have a very wide mid on, forward square, fine leg. Very difficult on this wicket to score runs. The ball is not only seaming around, it's also holding up on this wicket. There's been a lot of rain overnight. And while the rain probably didn't get under the covers were left on since Friday, so the wicket would have sweated. Thus, the seaming. It's 20 for 4. So that's appropriate.
Yes, he just kept pushing the odd one down leg side, Philip de Freitas, but the umpire's alive to the situation. He wides him every time, so that's fair to Pakistan.
Wider outside off stump that time, overcompensated. Malik not tempted to go after that one. Still seaming away. If you watch it, it'll seams away like a leg break. Not tempted to go after that one. Still seaming away. If you watch it, it'll seams away like a leg break. And wisely let that one go. Salim Malik. Hits the outside edge that time. And both of them at pretty wide second slip. Not a bad position there. A couple have been run down that area in the air. And both of them is just probably in around about a regulation third slip, or somewhere in between third and where a fourth slip would be. That's a beautiful shot, and that could go all the way. Could go all the way to the fence. A magnificent shot from Salim Malik. So our boundaries really have been at a premium.
Well, Philip de Freitas has tended to stray, pushing the odd one down the leg side. This one he just pushes onto the legs, not down, and it's clipped away quite nicely. Lovely timing. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just pierced the gap.
That is the first boundary in this match. After an hour's play, it shows you how difficult it has been for the batsman. And that's the second boundary.
Well, that was a cracking shot. Philip de Freitas erring very much, trying to overcompensate to make sure he didn't bowl it on Salim Malik's legs again. He got it too wide outside off stump and he's laid back and really hit into this. He's cracked it over the top of cover, deliberately played and placed. Watching a class batsman here trying to take advantage of just a couple of loose balls. Anything he gets, he's going to hit it.
He must do. A little bit of aggression is certainly needed. And that's got to be a wide. And umpire Buckmore agrees.
Well, I think Gladstone Small was right when he was loosing up. He probably should have been on and not Philip de Freitas. Bowlers get tired just like batsmen. And Philip de Freitas had a nice spell. And then I think this will be his last over in his first spell. I don't think he'll be on next over. It'll be Gladstone Small. It's one too many.
Again wide outside off stump. So certainly de Freitas started the troubles for Pakistan, making the early inroads, picking up the wickets of Ramiz, caught by Reeve in the covers for one, and then Huck, first ball, getting Huck to edge the ball to Graham Hickett's second slip. He popped it up, and Stewart, the keeper, diving away to his right, effected a magnificent catch. Down leg side, and that's got to be a wide too.
See, Philip de Freitas here is striving too much. He's seen the ball move around. He's had 6 good overs. 7's quite a lot when you're putting everything into your bowling. Ball's drifting down leg side again. Got flatted for 4 through mid-wicket. Another one down the leg side. And then he sprayed on the offside. Just gets a bit too much. Concentration goes. Tiredness comes in. Graham Gooch, I think I'll be glad when the over's over.
And he's glad now. It's 11 from the over. It's 31 for 4.
Pringle continuing to bowl. We have the intrepid Anglo-Australian pair of Ken Cunningham and Mike Gatting.
Thank you, Geoffrey. Welcome to all the viewers in England who are probably just approaching midnight there. Until it's 11 o'clock in the morning here in Adelaide. Slightly cloudy, and England have perhaps well, it's 12:30 in England.
Also, a warm welcome to through Sky Sports in London as well, and Prime Sports in Hong Kong, and our viewers in Pakistan and in India going through Doordarshan. Well, Michael, this has been an outstanding performance by England this morning. Of course, they've received a tremendous amount of help from the wicket, but they have bowled a very good line, apart from that last over by de Freitas. Both Pringle and de Freitas have bowled superbly, and what a great toss to win.
Yeah, tremendous toss to win, and Derek Pringle bowling his 8th over now. And another leg break there. An absolute jaffer, as they say. And I think Graham Gooch here trying to keep the pressure on, trying to keep getting wickets, and that has gone a long way. Here you have from the other end, and just seeing how much it actually has moved. Well taken there by Stewart.
Mike, who would you go for? De Freitas obviously has bowled 7 overs. Outside the off stump, would you go for Both, or would you go for Gladstone Small?
Well, I think perhaps Gladstone, as probably Jeff Boycott rightly said, should have actually bowled the last one that Philip de Freitas did. And here's that ball again, another seaming delivery. And there's Gladstone, perhaps, who should have been on. When the bowlers get, certainly the quicker bowlers, when the wicket's doing so much, they're charging in, and sort of 6-7 overs is a lot to bowl. And that's the end of Derek Primbl's over, and it's 31 for 4.
Go, Mike. Very good crowd indeed building up at the Adelaide Oval. Some Pakistan supporters there, you can see. And there are plenty of England supporters right around this beautiful Adelaide Oval. And they would be very, very happy this morning, I can tell you.
There are the Pakistan flags there on the oh, and there's some England people putting some paint on. I think it's actually block out, but as opposed to paint. And we have that change of bowling, and here comes Gladstone Spall for his first ball. There's looseners there, knocked up to Graham Gooch. I think perhaps we should expand on why they called him Manos here, Ken. Perhaps you can explain that to the viewers at home.
Well, when playing with South Australia, of course, Mike, Gladstone Small was in fact taken in by the South Australian team, a tremendous competitor, and it's a glorious shot into the cover, but there's a sweeper there, so only a single. But he got the name of Manos through having, not being rude to the gentleman, Michael, but having no neck.
I think it had something to do with chickens as well. And there's a shot again, a fine square drive through the offside. And Graham Gooch having the good sense to have a sweeper out there until perhaps Gladstone is nice and loose and ready to take advantage of these very good bowling conditions.
Straying on leg side, but Fairbrother there does the fielding. Gee, he's a good fieldsman, Mike, Fairbrother.
Yes, a very fine fieldsman, Harvey. It's good always to have a left-hander in the side as well. And here it's played, and there's Harvey. Neil Harvey Fairbrother, Lancashire, and, named after that great Australian batsman.
Yes, I believe his mother was in fact a fan of Neil Harvey, and that's how the name came about.
That's another good ball there from Gladstone Small. There's been an interesting tussle actually going on there this morning. Ken, now Salim Malik's out there, the batsman at the other end. That's correct for defensive there. But Graham Gooch knows Salim Malik quite well because Salim played with Essex, and I'm sure by now he knows exactly where Salim hits the ball, and I'm almost sure that's why perhaps we had a deep point for Salim in Gladstone's first over.
The thing that impressed me when Malik came to the crease, Mike, was the fact that when he got a couple of stray deliveries from De Freitas, he had the ability to take full toll. He had a glorious shot over point, or over cover point, from a short one by De Freitas, and then one through mid-wicket. So he took toll of two poor deliveries from De Freitas, and if he's able to do that, then he'll keep this the scoreboard ticking over, which Pakistan need to do, being 32 for 4.
A great catch by Alex Stewart off Gladstone Small's final delivery of his over, and Ijaz there is caught by Stewart, bowled Small, and the score is 32 for 5 here at the Adelaide Oval.
Well, this is wide by Gladstone Small, and Ijaz didn't really move his feet, but that was a shot to play. But sadly, he got the top edge, and Stewart, who's done a terrific job this morning, Michael, behind the stumps, takes a great catch. So Pakistan 32 for 5.
Ijaz gives it the kitchen sink, as they say, and only managed to get a thin edge on it, and Stewart takes the catch. It's Botham's second ball. And, Salim Malik looking for the quick single there, but Neil Fairbrother quickly in from mid-wicket and stopping the run.
fielded very well this morning. Neil Fairbrother. And there's that glorious Bradman stand in the far distance. Both of them getting some movement outside the off stump. Now, if both of them can get his line here, Mike, conditions will really suit him if he can get his line on length right.
Yes, I'm sure it will. He's bowled very, very well. And then we see the ball seaming away off the wicket. He bowled very well the other evening at Melbourne. And Ian Botham. It's squeezed out to square leg, and Neil Fairbrother after it. There'll only be one run. Returning to Stewart. And Beefy there, formerly of Somerset, and now making his debut next season when we start for Durham, who of course are also making their debut in the county championship in the first class game. And I'm sure all the people up in Durham will be very happy to see Beefy up there, because whatever happens, he certainly brings a bit of colour into the game. And there's Beefy, simply the best. 100 not out, and I think that's referring to the amount of one-day games that he's played here for England.
Confident appeal for LBW. Beefy wants it. But umpire Peter McConnell is unmoved, shakes the head.
Well, I'm not sure. That obviously perhaps didn't do enough, perhaps, and missing off stump. I don't know. Let's have a look. Well, well forward. Perhaps that might be the only reason he might just have got away with that.
Yes, I think he was well forward on that occasion, and Mike, and that ruled in his favour. Well, that darted back from outside off stump, and they'll get a single. That's the end of the over, and Pakistan are 34 for 5.
A reminder that Prime Sports are sharing the coverage with B Sky B from London. Botham's first over, another tidy over. He's dropped down in pace a lot over the years, but very tidy line. He's bowled in England's 2 victories so far in this World Cup series.
Here we are, Herne Bay supporters there. The Union Jacks, St George's Cross there. And that's a lovely view of the Adelaide Oval with the Sir Donald Bradman stand on your left and the members stand right in front of you. And the curator's done a magnificent job to get us playing this morning. It's the first ball of Gladstone, small second over. And, and there you can see again the ground, and you can see the circle there where they've mown the grass, so you can actually see where the 30-yard circle is, as well as the white line. It's another very, very good
looking forward shot from Hayder. He's
good defensive shot by Akram, and Ian Botham has been a marvellous cricketer, and of course still is. But his performances both at the one-day level and of course the World Cup performances by Ian Botham have been outstanding. Been a very, very good cricketer for England, both with the bat and the ball. It's out, jacked it back on, and Ian Botham a very happy man as Akram looking to give himself some room outside the off stump, but an inside edge and back onto the stump. So what a morning it's been for England. Unbelievable. Ian Botham there, Mike, a very happy man.
Yes, it's another good delivery from Both. And here we go, just bounces seams back into him, very similar to the dismissal of Yavid Miandad. And Both very, very happy indeed, as I'm sure his captain will be. And Pakistan here are 35 for 6 in the 19th over.
Gotta see who ruled the world.
Thank you, Charles. And, Sally Malik getting a one out to deep point off the first delivery. And we've got Moin Khan at the crease, the Pakistan wicketkeeper, to receive his first ball. Moin Khan's profile there, you can see. Hasn't played a great deal. But, he's aged 20. And, he got his first chance against the West Indies in 1990. And it's edged away past gully down to third man, where Derek Pringle fields. In his usual characteristic manner, bowls the ball back in to Alex Stewart.
Moin Khan back with a point there for a single, and struck that quite confidently. And Pringle just bowling it in there from deep third man. Derek Pringle bowled well this morning, 8 overs, 2 for 8, Pringle. Ready? Gladstone Small right on line.
And there you have the scoreboard at this glorious Adelaide Oval, and what a lovely sight it must be for English cricketers, followers at home. Pringle, 8 overs, 2 for 8. Both, 1 for 3 off 2. Gladstone, 1 for 3 off 3. And De Freitas, 2 for 22. Now, if Daffy hadn't have gone for, I think, about 12 in his last over there, he too would have had something like 2 for 14 or so.
Well, it's a handsome shot through the covers by Malik. That's a great shot. That might go all the way. In fact, it will. That's a beautiful shot through the covers. Very confident shot with Gladstone Small just slightly over pitching, and Malik getting onto the front foot and thumping the ball through the mid-off area.
And this is a sign of a very good player, Sally Malik, using all his experience. Anything loose, he's hit away this morning. He's already hit a couple of 4s. And even on this wicket that's a good wicket to bowl on, Sally Malik has made use of anything just a little bit. Anything loose or anything, he's really crashed away to the boundary. And that's the end of Gladstone Small's over, and it's 41 for 6.
Pakistan 41 for 6. Change in the commentary.
Well, a little
team.
bit of joy for Pakistan. Salim Malik finally breaking the shackles there. Gladstone Small just outside the off stump, a little bit wide.
A little bit to be expected. And a very poor performance by the England bowlers and the England. They're just making life so difficult for Pakistan today, and I might say I think they'd make it very difficult with the England team for anybody batting on this surface.
It's Botham. And that could be close. Malik got back in plenty of time there. Yes, Jeffrey, it's certainly difficult conditions for the batsman. Just have a look at that in replay.
This is what makes it good for England as well. A very athletic fielding by Chris Lewis, a man who's got a slight injury. I don't think we'll see him bowl today. His side's a bit sore. So quick and alert.
Now, in 1975, Sri Lanka were dismissed for 86 in the World Cup, but the lowest was by Canada, 45 in 1979. So they haven't quite got over that 45 yet, Jeffrey.
I think if Canada batted on this, they wouldn't get 45.
You reckon that'd be a good score for them on this track?
Yeah, probably if they batted twice. Well, I think Canada have a problem on here. I think some of these Pakistani batsmen are very good players. It's not because of the poor quality of the batting. It's the surface and the quality of the England bowling and the backing up of the fielding. Very, very athletic fielders in the England team.
Steered through the vacant slip area, or vacant third slip area. There's 2 slips in, first and second slip.
Ball just a touch wide, and the batsman taking the opportunity to get a bit of wood on it. Hope it flies wide, and it did. It flew wide of second slip. You need a slice of luck or two here. I don't think you're going to get runs unless you get a bit of luck on this surface. Oh, it could be out, could be out. Caught low down. He's waiting for the umpire, but he's given it, he's given it. That's another one to Ian Botham. Lovely catch at slip. Beautiful low down catch. Couldn't be quite sure. The batsman waiting, quite rightly too. The umpire looking to square leg, gets the nod of approval. Watch here.
This is a fabulous catch. Just getting the hands under it, and a very good catch indeed. Certainly carried, and Beefy was no doubt with him. It's 42 for 7. A duck, me and Dad 3, Sohail 9, Ijaz a duck, Akram 1, and Malik, the only one Pakistan batsman to really get going or look the part, played some good shots in his 17. That was a magnificent delivery. What do I have to do to hit him? Let's have a look at it.
Watch the bounce. Not only nips back, it bounces. It cuts him in half. It's certainly above the waistband. No, difficult to play those.
It's moving the ball either way. Gladstone Small, that one. Plenty of bounce, cutting back to the right-hander. That's well played. Look for 2. And that's all they do. Look, just the one there. So Gladstone Small operating with 2 slips in a gully. Let's have a look at that in replay. Picking up a single. A rare run. Look for 2, but the England fielding is very sharp, razor sharp, keen, as is their bowling. 1 run from the over. It's 47 for 7. Despair for Pakistan. Joy for England. On a very dull and overcast day here at Adelaide Oval. But bright moments for England.
There's only one disappointment about this day from an Englishman's point of view, Ashley. With that scoreboard looking like that, I wish it had been Australia. That total, that would have thrilled me no end to see Australia. Only 47 runs and all those wickets down. That would have just made my day.
Would have been a great challenge for Australia to knock you over for less than that too, Jeffrey. It's good to see you haven't lost your sense of humour, Jeffrey. 47 for 7, so Graham Gooch must be absolutely over the moon over this.
I must confess, I wouldn't have liked to bat against Lillian Thompson on this.
So it's Botham to Hayter. Never run on the misfield. It's a maiden, 47 for 7. .47 for 7 with Moan, who's on 2. He'll be facing Small, Gladstone Small from the river end, and Gladstone has picked up 1 for 11. So Moan's on 2, facing Small, and that is out. 8 for 47, or as they say in England, 47 for 8, Jeffrey. A straightforward catch, and Small has struck again.
Yeah, the good feel inside England, good catches. Hicks got good hands, Bolton's got good hands. This one flies, well, reasonably quickly, not too hard, but it just flies nice, comfortable height. Thank you very much to catch pigeons in those slips areas to the England players. Great delight for Gladstone Small in his first World Cup match, Pakistan, 47 for 8. We have an inch of rain. You wouldn't believe it. It absolutely teemed yesterday and last night. And in fact, Michael, in front of the member stand here to the right of your screen, it was absolutely underwater late yesterday afternoon. So he's done a top job, Les Burdett, to get it right.
And that's the end of another good over by Ian Botham, and it's 62 for 8.
A thirst so strong, it's all you can feel, makes the world all around you.
Continue from the River Torrens end, or the Sir Donald Bradman end here at the Adelaide Oval. With Pakistan in all sorts of trouble. 62 for 8. You wouldn't believe it. Oh, that's a very, very useful delivery, Michael. That just took off.
Well, it certainly went sideways, and again the bowlers just making sure they get it in the right place, on a good length, a little bit of swing. The seam was lovely and upright there as it went down the wicket. You could see the seam going all the way down. That's a good sign for the bowlers.
Now, Michael, what would be going through perhaps the minds of the English batsmen, appreciating there's only 62 runs on the board, but also noticing that the ball is in fact going sideways?
I think they'll be doing what Ashley perhaps suggested. I think certainly if someone like Both comes in, I think he'll be trying to get England off to a very quick start so we don't have too much of a problem. And that's a great catch again by Stewart. A lovely ball by Reeve, just seamed again. The batsman going for a big back foot drive, and Stewart taking a fine catch there in front of first slip, and the banners are waving all around this Adelaide Oval. Aqib Javed, who plays for Hampshire, and there's the wicket, which enabled him to get there, and another very fine catch from Alex Stewart, diving to his right. Again, it's the end of the over, and it's 62 for 9 in the 34th over.
The umpire there, Steve Bucknell from the West Indies, having a joke with the boys. It's good to see the umpires and the players communicating, and you know all about communicating with umpires, Michael.
Yes, I had a little word or two, but the umpires over here, we had no trouble. They've been tremendous, and they've done a pretty good job, and it's always nice to see them having a word or two with the players.
Mushtaq looking for the single there, but Gooch coming in very, very quickly.
Actually, I think it's nice for the umpires when the ball's doing a bit, because I think they enjoy it just as much as the bowlers do. Perhaps not the batsmen, but they can certainly sympathise with the batsmen whilst they're up the other end, and you know, it's good to see them just getting a little bit involved and just having a little bit of fun.
Well, Data back off the seam. That couldn't possibly be. That's too high, and he's well forward. Actually, I like the system, Michael, of having umpires from other countries. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a good way of doing things. And it's just perhaps a little bit high. The batsman perhaps thought he might have got outside the off stump, but he's forward, and yeah, perhaps the height.
Mushtaq very tentative there. Ball moving sideways.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to get much of a bowl today, being a leg spinner. Perhaps he might well do, but I'm not sure there'll be enough time for him to have a bowl. He certainly would have done well on the old Adelaide wicket, Ken. It would have probably been on by about the 15th over, I would have thought.
That's for sure, Mike. There's always a bit of turn here for the spinner, who's prepared to give it a bit of a flick. But under these conditions, Illingworth, of course, one of the spinners for England, substitute. Daffy Duck, DeFlatus is off the ground.
And there's England camp, and in the background there you've got Andrew Wingfield Digby scratching his head. He's the, if you like, the godly man of the side, who is there just to comfort anybody, but I'm sure they don't need any comforting at the moment.
And I'd be extremely happy with the way things have gone this morning here at the Adelaide Oval, with Pakistan 62 for 9.
खालिस शहद लैंगनीज़।
सज के संवर के जाएं हम, हर पल शान बढ़ाएं हम, बोनंजा के शलवार सूट, बोनंजा बोनंजा बोनंजा।
बोनंजा शर्ट, टी-शर्ट, ट्राउजर, सफारी सूट, वेस्ट कोट, टू पीस सूट और लेडीज शलवार सूट।
चलते चलते रुक जाए, जो देखे देखता रह जाए, बोनंजा बोनंजा बोनंजा।
Bonanza, absolutely world class.
Richard Illingworth.
भरपूर मेहनत के बाद वसीम अकरम का इंतखाब रफान ग्लूकोज डी। इसके उम्दा क्रिस्टल्स पानी में तेजी से हल होकर फौरी तवानाई पहुंचाते हैं।
फौरी तवानाई के लिए मैं हमेशा रफान ग्लूकोज डी ही पीता हूँ।
खरीदते वक्त रफान ग्लूकोज डी नाम लेकर तलब करें।
ज़ियाबीतस के मरीज ग्लूकोज इस्तेमाल न करें।
Steve Buckner and the West Indian umpire got a smile all over his face to Herbert Reeve. Oh, that's the hat-trick. Unbelievable stuff, Michael.
Oh, well, I think he's probably asked him if better put a bell in the ball so he can hear it coming down.
I think he should play your shot, Michael, the reverse sweep here. As we see the ball moving sideways. Look at this. That's unbelievable stuff, really.
Perhaps we try batting left-handed. It might hit something.
Oh, that's 4 out of 4.
No, I'm not sure who's playing a game here. I think the batsman's obviously just playing inside the line. He's having a little chuckle. He says, must be saying, well, if you bowl it straight, I might hit it. He's just covering his stumps there, and it's just gone past the edge again. And Dermot's wondering what he's going to have to do to hit those pieces of wood behind the batsman.
I think he might have to give him the big in-swinger here. You You wouldn't believe that. I don't think I've ever seen it before, Michael.
Well, we had a little... there's number 5, but I mean, he's just playing down the line of the off stump and the ball swinging. That's all he's doing. They're propping and cocking. I think Bob Willis in the studios in England might be able to tell you a bit about doing that.
He's what, Michael?
He might be able to tell you how to play that shot. Bob was pretty good with that sort of shot. And there we go again. Well, 62 for 9 here at the Adelaide Oval.
यूनुस फैन है जहाँ जहाँ ठंडक और सुख चैन वहाँ।
दौरे हाजिर की जरूरत के ऐन मुताबिक यूनुस फैन। तेज तरीन डिलीवरी DCS।
And a bowling change. And that's a very confident appeal there from the boys. Gladstone Small there replacing Ian Botham, who's bowled 10 overs, 2 for 12. And 4 maidens. And here we have the replay. What do you think, Ken?
No, long way forward, Michael, and high. It hits above the roll of the pad, and a good decision by umpire McConnell. You see how high it is there.
He's only got short legs, mate. He's not that tall, I tell you.
A legs like Mike Gadding. Well, that's a handsome shot. That's through. Good shot by Mushtaq. Will it go all the way? I think it will just trickle into the fence. Yes.
We haven't seen too many of those this morning, Ken. A very fine off drive. I think probably the last one we saw was from Salim Malik. And you won't get a better shot than this from a tail ender. Nicely through. Jeffrey Boycott would have liked that. The old shoulder, the old front shoulder. Look at that. Yeah, I got my arm up there nice and high, and I've stroked it through the covers.
You're in danger here as we see Small to Mushtaq. Oh, a useful seed.
That's a great reply, that is, from Gladstone Small. Just a little bit more in that. A little leg cutter there from Gladstone Small. The seam coming down and just, bouncing and leaving the ball. What a very good reply.
And, Michael, I think you're in trouble with Jeffrey Boycott. He's walked into the commentary box here, and he said, I would have played that cover drive a lot better than that. Jeffrey Boycott said, I'll get my turn in a moment. Round the corner, there's runs there. Freitas. De Freitas there with the fine figures, of course, of 7 overs, 2 for 22. So he certainly did bowl extremely well, apart from perhaps his last over. But other than that, his spell was outstanding.
We've got a slight fielding change here. We're reinforcing the offside, taking a man from the leg side mid-on away, so it just leaves a mid-wicket on the leg side. It's steered, I suppose, down to third man where Illingworth fields.
And Arkeb gets a round of applause for finally getting the bat onto the ball. As we see here, just slightly opening the face and gliding it down to deep third man for the single. You see it, down to deep third man and for the single. Oh, he's picked the gap straight between first and second slip. And runs coming.
And it's 71 for 9 in the 37th over.
that perfect forward defence. Mushtaq on 14, Aqib on 1. There it is, picking the gap in the slips, and Ian Botham said it's yours. Mushtaq forward defence, a little bit more positive than Aqib. Tends to hit the ball. Jeffrey?
Well, I think there's a situation now and so many overs to play that they can do what they want, these tail enders, or try to do what they can.
We've taken the score along now to 72. So, 10-run partnership. There's that forward defence again. He's got a magnificent forward defence, this fellow. He really looks the part, just has a bit of trouble hitting the ball. Good delivery though. Covers the stumps, gets forward, bat and pad very close together. There it is again.
Yes, he's a good lever of the ball. He never actually plays at it. He just looks to play, and then he keeps the bat behind the left pad. He's looking to play, and then he just keeps it there behind the pad and never really offered a shot at it. So it was well judged, well played. It would have done him proud in a test match.
He didn't leave that one. It's 72 for 9. Gladstone Small. And there's runs there, or 1 run to Mushtaq. Good looking little cut shot down to third man. So he's now on 15. Aqib on 1.
Yeah, it's just short of a length. This ball, I think Graham Gooch very keen to get Gladstone Small his full 10 overs in. It should be in his first World Cup match.
Also pretty keen to get this last Pakistani wicket. Although the cloud cover seems to be still there, but the clouds are a bit higher. And Graham Gooch very keen indeed to see this last wicket fall. There's the cloud cover. Spectators engrossed in this battle. Very much England's way. And Pakistan 72, the loss of 9 wickets. Well left.
Yes, Gladstone Small putting a lot of body into that delivery. Follows right down the pitch. You can see Gladstone long follow through, way past halfway. That's when he's bowling at his best. He goes right through with his action, follow through, way over the halfway mark. That's what I like to see him do, when he really follows through a long way, gets lots of body through the delivery.
His rhythm looks very good. Building up his pace in his run-up. Good gather, and as Jeffrey Boyshot mentioned, splendid follow through. Well, it's not exactly a heat wave here, but there's that forward defence again from Aqib. And a play and a miss.
Yes, a controlled performance by all the England bowlers. A good match for Gladstone Small to come into. He could have come on a flat batting pitch where the ball was flying all around, and it's very difficult your first match, so this will have done him a lot of good. It will have done all the England supporters good. There's quite a lot here today.
Again well left. 1 run from the over. It's 72 for 9. Reeve continuing. Mushtaq on 15. He's played pretty well. Mushtaq, a leg spinner. Might not get a lot of bowling today, but he's done pretty well with the bat. It's in fact on 16. Aqib on 1. And it's 73 for the loss of 9. And there's an educated edge. They'll look for 2. That's all they do.
Yes, Dermot Reeve, very gentle medium, swing bowling, and it was very cleverly played. He just watched the gentle swing, waited for it, opened the face. Thank you very much. A lot of batsmen would have been pleased with that.
I think he let that one go. We'll give credit to the batsman there.
Yes, never really played at this. Never got within 4 inches.
Went away pretty sharply. Wasn't a bad delivery. Well played by Aqib. Gets the cheer from the crowd. Finally found the bat. It's the Adelaide Oval scoreboard. Tremendous scoreboard, built in 1911. Just a bit before Geoffrey Boycott played here.
Well, Dermot Reeve just trying to outthink, outfox the batsman, bowling a little in-swingers. We're bowling out-swingers. The batsman looking to leave it, but you see how it follows him back. Hits the top of the pad and then the bat. Good cricket.
The forward shovel defence. But effective. 1 run from the over. It's 74 for 9. The Adelaide City, not the soccer team, that is the city. Of course, the festival, Adelaide Festival on at the moment. Jeff Boycott will take advantage of going to festival shows. At the moment, the show is All England. Pringle back on from the scoreboard end. He really has bowled extremely well. He's into his 9th over, to starting his 9th. He's 2 for 8. .1 overs, 2 for 8. The epitome of economy. And that could be out. In fact, it is. Dermot Reeve taking the catch, first slip. And Pringle has struck. That's Pakistan all out for 74. And Pringle 8.2 overs, 3 for 8.
Well, almost a textbook delivery was that. Just gentle, medium swing. Batsman playing at it, nicked it. Not too quickly to slip, and Dermot Reeve doing the business. Just pouching it comfortably rolling over as he holds on to it. And it was perfectly played to first slip. Superb performance by England. The pitch was helpful, no doubt about that. Lucky to win the toss, but they've taken that look by the scruff of the neck and given a thoroughly professional performance and getting a very good hand from the crowd here. Lots of English supporters, lots and lots of them. So they'll be pleased. Disappointment for Pakistan, but Graham Gooch and his team thrilled to bits with that performance as he goes to get his pads on. And we'll take you back now to Charles Colville in the studio.
Well, actually, it's Brian Langley in the Prime Sports Studio. The tail-enders holding up England there for just over 6 overs, but the change of bowling in the end doing the trick for Captain Graham Gooch. We'll take a break. We'll come back and have a look at the stats for the first innings of Pakistan. 74, a total of 74. As you see from the Pakistan figures there, you're not really expecting anyone to excel. Malik with 17, the extras for a long while were the high scorers for Pakistan. And as far as the bowlers were concerned, again, you expect very good averages from the bowling figures. And look at Derek Pringle, 3 for 8 there. De Freitas would have been much better apart from a wayward last over when 11 runs were scored from him. But it was De Freitas really that set the ball rolling with 2 wickets back-to-back, followed that up with a wide when he was going for his hat-trick, and they're both in once again there with 2 for 12. So once again, a very good all-round performance. Malik with 17, the extras for a long while were the high scorers for Pakistan. And as far as the bowlers were concerned, again, you expect very good averages from the bowling figures. And look at Derek Pringle, 3 for 8 there. De Freitas would have been much better apart from a wayward last over when 11 runs were scored from him. But it was De Freitas really that set the ball rolling with 2 wickets back-to-back, followed that up with a wide when he was going for his hat-trick, and they're both in once again there with 2 for 12. So once again, a very good all-round performance from England, but don't forget Pakistan.
Do apologise for the poor quality of sound. We've been working on that from at a distance. So Aqib has bowled extremely well. 2 slips in for him. A backward point, or almost an elongated gully there. Cover mid-off. And a wideish mid-on, forward square leg. And a long leg. There's also a man down at deep third man. Aqib has been a pretty impressive first up over. He's got the ball to move away, and he's also got the odd one to cut back. That's 2. Good delivery. A maiden, very impressive. It's 4 for none.
Wasim Akram start his second over. Our new commentators are taking their place, Ken Cunningham and Mike Gatty.
England 71 runs to win. 4 for no wicket. And Pakistan out for 74. But Mike, whilst it's only a small total, it's going to be very, very difficult to obtain. It's not going to be easy.
And that's a very quick delivery from Wasim, and yes, I think we've seen enough in these first 2 overs to compound our fears that it is going to be very difficult for the England players to get this score. I think to get over the initial few overs will be very, very important.
Ian Botham with some chest padding there, an arm guard. Very experienced campaigner, Ian Botham, and a very successful cricketer. Gee.
I think he'll need all that padding today, Ken. He's got a bit to go with him too, not just the padding he's wearing, and it's one there that just sneaks through and just hits him on that inside thigh protector that he's got. I think he's got everything on there. I think he knows too, having bowled it, it's going to be very difficult to get the bat on ball, and really both of them all padded up like this. I don't think I've quite seen it, but he's still got some extra stuff in there too.
Akram again on line, and Wasim Akram, a fantastic cricketer. And there you see the profile of Wasim Akram, very useful one-day cricketer, and as you heard Geoffrey Boycott say a few moments ago, he is world-class, this man, Wasim Akram. Doesn't take much energy, we use much energy when he's bowling, but he is very, very sharp indeed. Very sharp indeed, Wasim Akram.
Yes, Ken, he's got a very, very quick arm, and I think that's really what does it. He doesn't really run a long way or anything like that, but there's a lot of movement, a good arch back and the quick arm over, and he generates a great deal of pace. Very good polisher of the ball, very important when you want to swing it. It's going to be a wide, I think. Yes, Peter McConnell calling the wide. Score goes up to 5, and England will be very glad to see that scoreboard ticking up. Let's see a replay of his action here. A good approach to the wicket, generating pace up to the wicket. Not a great deal of back movement, but look at that arm. Very, very quick, and that's where he generates his pace from.
Amazing, Mike. He really doesn't arch the back at the point of delivery, does he? Doesn't use his back leg at all, really.
Both gets a thick inside edge under that, onto his pads and out to gully. Yeah, compared to someone like Jeff Thompson, who used to get right back, and you could see there's a great picture of Tomo with the great arch of the back and the hand about 2 inches off the deck. But there, Wasim Akram, not a great deal of body, but certainly a very quick arm indeed.
Generating all his pace from his shoulder. Akram at the top of his bowling mark. England none, 5 for none.
I think Wasim's going to have to pitch it up, and that's the end of the over, and it's 5 for none in the third. Zaki comes in, and that's surely a wide, and umpire Steve Buckner has no hesitation, and that's probably one of the wider balls we've seen. Having said that, Wasim obliged with one in his first over. This has got to be just as wide. Bit of swing, bit of seam. Graham Gooch would have done extremely well to get anywhere near that.
A good take by Mullen too, diving away to his in between first and second slip. Umpire Steve Bucknor there. Is that a wide again? Yes, it is. Well, England would be loving this. This is certainly easy runs. Akib very, very wide indeed. So this is not good cricket from Pakistan, Mike.
No, but I think we can see there Graham Gooch, anything sort of up there, I think he's made up his mind that he's going to go after it, and he's going to try and get England off to that start that he needs. And again, we're having a field adjustment by me and Dad. He's moved somebody into sort of a silly square point. if we can...
He's lucky again he wasn't called another wide there. Very wide outside the off stump. Not got over this by Aqib at all. And you see it moving even further away.
Now you've got that man there fielding at a very, very dangerous position there, because if he does bowl a wide half volley and Graham gets hold of it, he's not going to get very much time to see it.
Well, Aqib can't find his line at all here, Mike. He's very much astray, and I wouldn't, as we see here, and I wouldn't think his captain Javed Miandad would be all that pleased with this.
No, he is actually getting it the right length as opposed to Wasim, who's perhaps a little bit short. But certainly the line is could be a little bit tighter, but he has actually only got one fielder on the leg side in front of the wicket, which is probably making him bowl a little bit too wide of the off stump. There you can see the solitary fielder on the leg side.
Runs here, there'll be at least two. The first runs for Graham Gooch through mid-wicket. So England 9 for no wicket.
And that's the problem that Aqib's going to have if he does bowl it a little bit too straight. He has only got the one man on the leg side, and it's going to make it difficult for him to actually bowl it too straight now with the field that he has.
It's in the air. Well, it just falls wide of the fielder there in the gully.
Graham Gooch there trying to turn it again on the leg side, but the ball seemed away from him. Good delivery, it seemed away, looking to hit it through the mid-on area. It just seemed away and past the very deep gully they have.
Mushtaq was the fieldsman there in your screen, and it's becoming very dark here at the Oval, Mike. In fact, it's raining here at the Oval.
And they've actually moved Mushtaq into a proper gully position now and moved a deep point out.
Tumbling down, that's the Sir Donald Bradman stand here at the Adelaide Oval, and you can see the rain now as the spectators huddle under the umbrella. A single to Ian Botham.
And I hope this isn't here to stay, Ken, because it'd be a bit of a shame if it was. With England only chasing a very, very small target. You see all those colourful umbrellas going up. Poor old cameraman up there. I'm sure he's going to get a little bit damp.
Michael, I would not like to be up there. Not up there. And quite a good crowd in at the Oval today.
And the umpire out on the pitch confirmed with the batsman, saying, well, should we go off or not? And I think finally saying that we should go off. I have a funny feeling, though, Ken, that Graham Gooch was saying, no, we want to stay. But I'm sure Captain Javed Miandad, the Pakistan captain, was very, very keen to get off. There was a forecast of showers today, and we certainly have got one here. One hopes that it just will quickly clear and we can get back out. But I'm sure Graham Gooch was telling the umpires, well, I'm all right, mate, we'll have a bat. And Javed was saying, no, thanks, mate, we'd like to get off.
Yes, I'm sure that Graham Gooch would love to have stayed on, Michael. But, the rain is quite heavy and quite steady now. But and the cover's coming out at the Adelaide Oval.
An interesting form of cover there. They seem to roll onto a roller and roll off again, as compared to the conventional covers that you wheel on. It looks like they just have to unpeel them and stick them on the wicket.
Well, it would appear as though the rain has eased now. The two umpires are still in the middle there, Mike. The covers are going on. The two umpires there, Peter McConnell and Steve Bucknell, but the rain has eased. In fact, it's stopped.
Yep, well, this normally happens just when you start to cover the pitch. It just stops, and I think that at the end of the day, I think the umpires are going to have to say, well, let's take them off, boys, because it really is hardly raining at all out there now.
Well, it has stopped, as you can see. The rain has eased. The cloud cover has lightened considerably here. So I would assume that the umpires would tell the groundsman to get the covers off, because it's not raining now at all at the moment here at the Oval.
फिल्टर सिगरेट्स बनाने वाले इदारे पाकिस्तान टोबैको कंपनी लिमिटेड में।
Well, I'm pleased to say that play wasn't interrupted for too long, just a couple of minutes. The players were off the field, and let's go back now to the Adelaide Oval and the resumption of England's innings.
Both will come in and he'll try and be positive. We saw him try and force Akram off the back foot a number of times in his second over, and I think that's what they're going to try and do. And we saw Graham also have a couple of wafts at Akib Yavid when he pitched it up, and they were very, very wide. So I think anything that's pitched up, certainly Graham's going to have a go at, and I'm sure that Both will follow likewise. There's no shot there from Graham, and I think he probably had his heart in his mouth there for a little while, and that's the end of the over, and it's 11 for no wicket. The fourth over.
And that was a confident appeal by Akib there, with Gooch coming forward and not playing his shot, but umpire Steve Bucknell was not interested in the slightest and ruled in favour of Graham Gooch.
There we see it. Probably a bit high, but it did seem back a little bit. It was one of those things, one ball just after the break, the concentration perhaps not quite there, and it's always a pretty dangerous time for, and Graham probably just not thinking about the right things there, and just let it go. Fortunately, it's a bit high, and he's still there.
Yeah, there's nothing worse in cricket, Mike, than to be forced from the field with rain throughout the day. It does break up your concentration, and it just doesn't put you in the mood to play cricket when it's raining as it has been here at the Oval. Both of them now, that's Gooch, England captain, both of them on strike. Well, there's the intention of Ian Botham, Mike. Anything wide that he gets a bit of room, he's going to give it the full blade.
Yes, I think if he does get hold of one, it could well fly over the slips, but I think the intention is quite clear. You pitch it up, mate, give me a bit of width, and I'll have a go. But that seemed away from him. He's playing down one line, and the ball seemed away, and that's the reason he missed it.
Gee, I have never, ever, in all the time I've played here and seen cricket here, seen this wicket seam so much. It's got to be a wide.
And Peter McConnell duly does the deeds and signals that a wide.
Akram there just having a few problems now with his, as you see in replay, he pushed that very wide.
I think he's really striving to bowl too quickly out there, Ken. I think he's pushing for a bit of pace, when I think all he really has to do is come up and really try and hit the spot on a length and forget about trying to bowl too quick, because the wicket is going to do enough, especially this wicket at the moment, for him to be very, very dangerous, providing he can get it in the right place.
Exactly right, I agree with you. You see, he really is charging in, Akram here, and as a consequence losing his line and length. And as you quite rightly said, Mike, the wicket itself is doing enough. If he can just find the right line and length, then I think he would be almost impossible. But there you see Jarvid putting some sawdust in the bowling marks there.
Yeah, the little shower we had has obviously caused the surface to get a little bit slippery, and we still got a little bit of slight drizzle out there at the moment. It's not very heavy, but it's obviously causing Wasim a little bit of a problem. And that's certainly more like the length, perhaps not the direction, but Wasim obviously not very happy. And if he doesn't get in the right frame of mind, it's going to be a little bit upsetting for him, and a little bit upsetting for the Pakistan captain as well, because he is certainly going to be their main strike force.
Yes, that shower of rain hasn't helped the bowlers, because it does become very slippery out there. It's very hard, that centre wicket area, and obviously Akram was having a few problems at the point of delivery. That's a good delivery. That's a better one. But I'll sneak a single here. And that's good cricket by Ian Botham. Had that hit, he may have been out, but that's what's got to happen. Good running.
Miandad, the fielder there. Miandad is very quick. And he tried a sly little kick there onto the wickets. He's after it there, and a little bit of a side foot. The umpire trying to get out the way, and, well, that might well have been very close. Nearly found the target, but fortunately for Ian Botham, he didn't.
Plenty of padding there on the body of Ian Botham. There's padding everywhere. He's a big man.
No ball called there. Yes, Both has got a fair bit of natural padding to go along with the unnatural padding he's got round his waist. And Graham just sort of fencing, but in the end attempting not to play. And there you can see the padding. Arm guard, thigh pad, inside thigh guard, chest protector, everything. And it's actually sometimes a little bit restrictive when you're batting with all that stuff on. And it's something that some people like wearing and some don't.
He's out.
Oh, and Graham Gooch has been given out by Peter McConnell. I don't think Graham Gooch is really happy about that. And England have lost their first wicket. And Graham looked very despondently walking away there. You see it here in the replay. What do you think, Ken?
Not within a bull's roar.
He wasn't anywhere near that at all, and unfortunately for England, a very dejected Graham Gooch makes his way slowly back to the pavilion. And Ian Botham not very happy about it either by the looks of it. And England are 14 for 1.